Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, perfect. All right. So this is Courtney, everyone.
Hi, so I'm Courtney. I just want to really thank all of you guys for coming and taking the time out of your night. I know time is kind of hard to come by these days, but just taking the moment to listen, and I'm so excited for you guys to get your eyes on these products and this company. And we are just very grateful for your guys' support of our businesses, and we're looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback about everything. So, Jordan.
Yes, thank you so much, Courtney. Awesome. I want to thank everyone as well for being here. I'm so grateful for everybody's support, and so glad that everybody can kind of see what we've been up to. So, I mean, most of you know how passionate I am about health and wellness, and this company is super awesome. I joined the company because I saw the great opportunity and being able to reach my long-term financial goals. I will introduce Catie, who is one of my mentors that I really look up to. She's a huge leader in this company and has actually grown her business to over $100,000, which is pretty incredible. So I look up to Catie just because she has such extensive knowledge and an incredible passion for the company. She's a licensed nutritionist, CrossFit gym owner, veteran wife, and mom. So I'm excited to learn from her as well as my other mentors, Jen and Lauren, who are on my team. So again, thanks so much everybody for being here. It really means a lot to me. And I hope that you're able to take something out of this Zoom, and thank you all for your time. So with that, I will pass it over to Catie.
Oh, thank you, Jordan. Thank you. And Courtney, you guys are awesome hosting the call tonight. Wow, what a turnout. This is so exciting. Guys, I am so pumped for what you guys get to take a look at. I'm sure you're on here and you're like, who's this? Who's this lady? And I will get to actually screen share, and you can see a little bit of my family and my husband and my son Colton. If I could get to the presentation button, I always have too many tabs open. There we go. But I, like Jordan said, I'm a gym owner. I'm a mama. My husband comes from a military background, and all those pieces really all play a special role into why I'm even on this side of the Zoom. Because you honestly couldn't pay me any money to talk to people on a platform like this a couple years ago. I always like to be in the background. I didn't want to open and share my voice, but I've just become so passionate about what this company QSciences is doing. Because as a guest, a friend was so generous to think enough of my husband and I to just share what they were doing. That really has had the ripple effect to change so much. And a lot of our story ties back to when my husband served in the Marines, and anyone who's in kind of like a first line of response work, whether it be the military or law enforcement, fire, even I would even say the front lines of our hospitals, like those jobs come at such a cost, and we see things, we experience things. And my husband was really struggling with pain, sleep, and mental health just a few years ago. And so for us to see a company that was talking about holistic, natural option, I was kind of like all eyes and ears, tell me more. But at the same time, when you are a business owner and have been able to build a gym truly from the ground up and create something so special that we're so proud of and we love it, business at the same time can also be a way to expedite goals and dreams and wants and needs. And maybe I've helped 2 people open gyms in the last 7 years. So to see a company like QSciences product wise, like tell me more, but then to also see a business platform where I could link arms with people like Jordan, like Morgan, like Courtney. I mean, so many names on this call tonight who probably were the ones who invited you, where we get to link arms and we get to actually build a business online from home, because that's how most businesses are growing in this day and age. And to empower others to be able to create a second, third, fourth, fifth stream of income. Like this is how we all get ahead. And this is how we get to live more of what we want. So for you guys to be on here and see what they're doing, like number one, that's all we're asking is of your time, because this is how businesses grow and network, is by knowing what they're open for business for. Now, I will give you the whole story of QSciences, and I will keep it short and sweet, because what we have here is so dang special, because most of you are probably thinking, okay, this has to be new startup, maybe a company that's going to be here today, gone tomorrow, but we've been laying roots for 9 years. We actually started in 2012 and have been able to grow to the place that we're at right now in 2021, because we took a shift from doing most of our sales in doctors' offices in our early years and made a huge pivot and a relaunch in 2018 to have this word of mouth direct sales model, to where the referral from one person to another, it's going to allow these products to get to the right people, but also give people a platform to be able to build a business and actually create an income. And you best believe these products are networking to the right people, but still you're seeing this at the best time before that S curve, which every business has, that big steep momentum where hundreds of thousands of people come to know QSciences before we get to that household name, that saturation kind of stabilization years. You guys get to see it early, and that is just so special. Now, we've grown. That number on the screen is a lie. We've grown not 700%, we've grown 1200%. Basically since 2018. And that to me is just something we're just so proud of. It means a lot of people are winning here, and truly the best time to be looking at a company. Now, outside of just cool business stats, partnership's a big piece. And I just feel so grateful to be partnered with owners who not just walk the walk or talk the talk, but they walk it, and they value the right things. And I never, ever, ever questioned their business resume when I took a look at this. I knew they've done tremendously well in traditional business in this industry. Like, I mean, their resume is impressive, but I wanted to know who they were as people. You know, what were their values? You know, who were their families? You know, what are their standards? And we walked in with a ton of questions and walked out when we got to meet them 2 years ago at their home office. We kind of invited ourselves, but we drove there because we wanted to know them. And we walked out with respect and actual real confidence that we were exactly where we were supposed to be. And I think a few people who got to meet these two gentlemen this past weekend in Dallas, we just came back from a really big event, probably are saying the same thing, like they're exactly where they're supposed to be. Now, my husband and I just fortunately get to know these two gentlemen a little bit better. We serve on a board that makes decisions for our company, and we get to work with people like our doctor here, Dr. Stephen Kimberly, to make some end game decisions on our new products and new verticals, where the company's going. And that's just something we just feel very grateful for. I know it's definitely a privilege, but it allows us to be a voice for even just this team. We want to collaborate. We want ideas to be heard. And that's why, you know, when I saw this piece here with our actual doctor, I knew collaboration plus innovation is what makes QSciences truly different. Because if you're in the health and fitness industry like myself, you've seen a lot of supplements, you've seen a lot of products. I actually have boxes sitting on my floor in my gym office because there's always people dropping stuff off, and it's always the same old stuff. But I just, you know, to see a company here that has a doctor as the chief science officer, every product we have is Dr. Kimberly's brainchild. And that's from his years practicing in medicine, you know, 40 years actually as an MD and a naturopath, and then also spending 16 years, I was corrected this weekend, 16 years on the board for WebMD. I'm sure you've never heard of the website though. Like, let's be honest, like that platform's insane. So retired from WebMD, came to QSciences, is now creating an expansive current product line. We have over 50 products and counting, and every single one of them that you're looking at is either 12 to 18 months old. It hasn't been here for too long, because we know that when we can do something better, we do it. And that is so not like any other supplement line out there, because if you walk into GNC, you're probably buying the same fish oil that's been on the shelf for 20 years. It just got a new pretty label. And that's honestly the standard that I just didn't trust in the supplement space. It was something that I felt was not serving the consumer at the end of the day. And it's why I didn't have a lot of trust in what was being delivered. And so when I saw these key pieces here with Q, I said, tell me more. This is different. And then I heard about the pain, the sleep, the mental health, and you best believe it's created such healing in my husband. And I'll show you our favorite products. But to give you an idea of what we carry, we have the full spectrum hemp. We have nutraceuticals. We have a whole vertical around fitness and weight loss, and not just products to support that, but the actual lifestyle built into apps where you have access to our QFit trainers and directors and nutritionists, all within that. It's phenomenal. We have even some really unique delivery systems. You can see those sublingual sprays at the top right. I have some friends on here who are nurses, and they will tell you sublingual delivery is like the bomb. It's second best to IVs and injections. So I love that we have the D3s, the B12s, the C+, and even ones around sleep. And just because we just got back from Dallas, and if any of you guys have kids, like pro tip, use that, or take the sleep spray on the plane with your littles, because Colton gets 2 sprays in his mouth and we snooze on the plane and we don't disrupt anyone. And then we get off the plane and everyone's like, oh, your kid's so good. I'm like, I know, he's an angel. And then we go about our day and we party in Dallas. So no, but seriously, we got to try that when we went to Hawaii this summer. And man, that I just love that we have the natural options, and it's, you know, it's a sublingual spray you can put in your pocket. Outside of the sublingual sprays, we have kid supplements, we have hormone balancing, we have energy, we have greens, we have immune support. We literally have everything. And if we don't have it, we're probably creating it. Just like our 2 new verticals, which I will tell you now are insanely exciting, because we've been able to take what we have here with our hemp that makes it really special, that I'll speak to here in a second. It's our absorbability profile. And we've launched a medical grade collagen that has 2 pieces to it, either a rebuild, which is all around fitness, fat loss, muscle retention, joint mobility, agility, things like that. And then even one called reform, all around hair, skin, nails, beauty, wrinkles, like all those things. And it is amazing, medical grade, highly absorbable, and it's liquid. And then outside of the collagen, we just released, and actually we are releasing, some of us just have a sneak peek of it, and I've actually fallen in love with it. It's our terpene products. And if you don't know that crazy fancy name, it's basically the active ingredient in plants. And the fact that we've turned it into an oil like our hemp, but it's an actual oil that creates healing in our body around stress and anxiousness, around pain, inflammation, and another around mental focus. And it's not hemp related, and it's a liquid, and it's crazy effective, is something no one's ever done. Like, that's how innovative we are as a company. And like I said, we came for the hemp. So the fact that I'm like becoming a terpene fan tells you how great that is. But coming here for the hemp, we've actually stayed for this. And this is a product that I've fallen in love with because of how it makes me feel. And I was not a supplement believer. This is a simple AM, PM packet addressing all your nutritional needs in a day for every person. And when you have your micronutrition, we call it our QMax. We also call it our brain hack supplement because it has a lot of ties and studies to brain health and mental health. I take it because of how it makes me feel, like I feel a difference. The second one in the stack is our Align natural ibuprofen. And it's been so good. It helped Ben cancel his back surgery 2 summers ago. And you can see our bike in the background. I mean, Ben cycles every day. He's active and present with our son. Golf's like a pro. I mean, he's on the move all the time. And it truly is because of that Align. Now, the last piece is going to be the gut health. Everyone needs to address it. And the fact that we have it in our core is a no-brainer. And so this is really a piece of Q that I've been able to even build an entire business around, because not only do people need this, but they like it and they stay on it month over month over month. But the last part that I wanted to kind of share with you guys is going to be tied to our full spectrum hemp. And when we're looking at this product, I'm sure you guys have heard the buzz around CBD. I think you can buy it in gas stations in this day and age. But to see a product that, you know, is highly absorbable, it's transparent. Like, we actually know what's in our hemp oils, and you guys actually may be able to see this. Like, there's a QR code on every bottle. Scan it and you see the whole signed off profile of every microgram of what's in it. You know, there's no surprises of metals, residues, pesticides, which surprisingly is in a lot of supplements, period. But then you also know that there's no non-detectable amounts of THC, so you're not going to compromise like employment, which is kind of important. And I know that that usually is a big concern, or even just maybe someone who is a little bit more conservative. And for myself, like I was a little bit skeptical around, you know, what hemp is. But now I'm just a full-blown believer of the healing it's creating without any sort of cognitive change, no psychoactive change. So yeah, we got the oils, and they adapt. It works with everyone very differently. We have the topicals. We even have the granulated versions that we can add to our water. But we're constantly innovating, and this was the product that really spurred on the collagen and the terpenes. And so I just love that we're always looking to do things better and do things different. But when we do look here at just, you know, outside of the products, outside of the company, but really how people partner, the second I got my eyes on this, guys, I'll be honest, to me, the business was no brainer. For $40, a total everything to gain, nothing to lose, especially because we weren't spending another $40,000 to open up another gym on a very small scale. I mean, I can't even fill up my car for $40 in this day and age, but it wasn't necessarily the investment, like the low barrier of entry. It was the pieces that I knew makes this work and makes any business work well, is resources plus mentorship. Like, nothing works if you don't have like the manual or like the key to how to do it. And when you have a mentor, that just expedites everything. And so the fact that we had someone standing there with us, looking at this business, teaching us step 1 to step 2, how to make it work, how to have it work around what we were already doing. We didn't have to quit our gym to have this be something of value, was the best part. But at the same time, we knew that there was a crazy big customer base. Like, you know, to see over 70% of the company just be consumers of the products, whether it be on a retail side, which don't recommend that, shop wholesale, because it's literally $10 a year, whether you shop one time or shop 50 times, and it has a bunch of perks and rewards. So we have a very loyal, strong customer base here with Q. And even that, I was like, that's a smart business move, because if you have people who want the products without an income tied to it, you actually have a product line. So we leaned in to our mentors, and they showed us clearly how to earn, how this even works. And I'll tell you guys, it's simple. It's really, really simple. We get paid 4 ways. One of which is, surprise, surprise, this is online. When someone shops through your website and buys one of the products we talk about, you get paid. And some of those people actually can subscribe to products, and then you're getting paid month over month over month over month. And so that's just the first way. But now imagine being able to get paid when someone else shops from someone else's website. So we have ability to what we call our team commissions. And the way we start accessing these is we say, tag 2 people that you want to do business with. And when someone shops through their website, of course, they're going to make their customer commission, but you're going to get a small percentage. And this is what it looks like. When my mom and my best friend, which were the first 2 people I tagged, obviously, like, they're my favorite people. When 3 orders, you can kind of see the key here at the bottom, 3 orders came through their website, they got their customer commissions. And then all of a sudden I got a notification. Congratulations, you just unlocked your first team commission. You made $50 and $100 bonus, and we're paying you next Friday. I literally like stopped in my tracks. I told my husband, I was like, what in the world just happened? I don't know their customers. I don't know their shoppers. Wait, hold the phone. Like, how big can this be? It wasn't that $150 was going to change our life, but it was the potential of what could come because of the business model. And so when you're looking at 3 orders turning to 6 orders turning to 15, you can see those monthlies and those bonuses tied continue to grow. But when I flip here to our compensation plan, which you can see, and it has a ton of numbers, it's actually really easy to understand once you know. I really want you to zoom in on that blue box, because that's your business size. That's your business volume that we just talked about. You know, the 300, the 3 orders, the 600, the 6 orders. And as your book of business grows, you directly see your monthly earnings grow as well. And I know some of these don't look like monthly checks. Like, who's making $100,000 a month with QSciences? That's what I want to know. That's what I said. And my girlfriend, who was actually sharing this with me, was like, me. Like, you're crazy. Like, prove it. And really, she's like, yeah, here, look. And I was like, whoa, how did you do that? And she just taught us everything that she's known. And we've been able to pay it forward and even been able to help people, because I know $100,000 a month is insane. But I've been able to even help our friends Sean and Alyssa be able to make upwards to $25,000 a month from home. It's crazy and it's real. So whether it be the gangster money or a couple $100s a month, a couple $1,000s a month, it's incredibly powerful. But I see her face on here, so I'm going to call on her, my friend Lauren. I hope she can talk. But she's someone that I got to link arms with. She's a nurse, she's a mama. And she's been able to just do some incredible things in a very short window, about 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 8 weeks.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But Lolo, I would love for everyone just to hear a little about your story and why you chose Q.
Yeah. Well, hi guys. My name is Lauren. I live in Bend, Oregon. I'm actually from Santa Clarita. I know there's a lot of people on here from SCB. But yeah, I fell in love with this industry because being a nurse on the front lines, ER ICU nurse, COVID really rocked my world, and I know a lot of our worlds. And, you know, having 2 kids in the middle of a pandemic while taking care of COVID patients, I'm like, this is not a good mixture. So I can confidently say this industry has allowed me to stay home with my kids, and it's replaced my nursing salary. And that has been something that I did not expect to happen so quickly. And I really will say, if you're somebody who has been in this industry, or you've never would think you would touch it with a 10-foot pole, like, there's a home for you here, because there are people of all ages. Men are doing this and doing this very well. I have people on my team into their 70s that are rocking this business. So this is really something that's for everybody. So I would just say, like, if there is that pull and you're like, you know what, another stream of income, whether it be a couple hundred, a couple thousand a month, like, it's really all possible. And something I cannot harp on enough is the fact that this is probably your first time hearing about QSciences, and that is powerful. Because can you imagine the power that you may have had 10, 20 years ago if you were the first one to be like, hey, have you heard of Arbonne? Have you heard of Beachbody? It's like, that's the type of vision and the type of, I guess, like, timing that we find ourselves in this sweet window. In another year, in another 6 months, like, this is just not going to be what it is right now. So I would just encourage you guys that if there is something that's like, oh man, maybe this could work, maybe I could do this, run with it, because we have all the systems in place. We have an amazing group of people, even top earners in our company, that are pouring into us, that literally map out exactly what you do, and we help you all along the way. So it's not on your shoulders at all. We really come around and rally and coach you up. So, and you can fit it in the corners of your day. I have 2 kids under 2. I like work this business like 1 to 3 hours a day, and that's like taking it seriously. You can literally work it a couple hours a week and be compensated for that energy and for that time. So yeah, super excited you guys are getting your eyes on this right now.
Thanks, Lolo. No, I love it. It's real, and she's proven it. And the coolest part is, as you know, Lauren's founder success. I mean, there's many people on her team getting paid on a weekly basis because this is all a weekly compensation. You know, what people accomplish by next or tomorrow, Friday, they're going to get paid on next Friday. And that's the beauty in what we have here. And so seeing the box 2, the team, box 3 is those bonuses. My favorite is that box 4. And I'm going to kind of wrap up with this because I'm a firm believer in financial freedom. I mean, who doesn't want to get their financial house in order, pay down debt, set up their future? And that's literally what that bonus goes to. It pays down your credit card, your mortgage, your car payment. And if you don't have debt, that's literally what you put towards your retirement. And it pays you and it grows month over month over month. But the key to it all isn't normally, you know, increase your income, you know, solve all your problems, but there is a key piece to financial literacy. And I just love that Q has so much more than just the income. There's a whole financial freedom movement where there are financial coaches in your corner helping you navigate directly to your wants, your needs, your goals, your dreams. And honestly, I will say I was pretty skeptical. I'm like, what financial coach is going to be free and give me credible, wonderful, you know, good advice? Because we were at a really interesting place. Marine Corps, we walked away from that. We opened a business, like we had nothing. So to now have this $400 bonus going towards our retirement, and it actually going towards a plan that we're excited and confident about, truly is because of our coach, Sarah. She's been a key piece to that. But the reason why I have this picture on here is not for us, but it's really what it's been able to do beyond myself and my husband, Ben, but even up towards my parents, who, no joke, 2 years ago, we were at retirement age with literally nothing to show for it. And I can tell you that was a heavy load to carry. It was a major key piece of why I even took a look at this business. I was like, well, we need to do something different. And guys, they have a plan in place where retirement is 100% feasible. They've got a home, they have emergency savings, like talk about freedom. And that was actually our first family vacation we've ever taken in my whole 30 some years, was with them this summer in Hawaii. And so truly, this financial freedom movement is so much bigger than income. There's a financial literacy piece. And I have people literally looking at QSciences just for this element, for the value that it's bringing. So maybe yours isn't debt, retirement, maybe it's debt, investment strategies, building savings, tax deductions, you know, around home-based businesses. Like there's like no like cap. It's around it's like your specifics, your needs specifically. So to say the least, let's kind of like close it down from here, and just say, you know, thank you for your time. I mean, time is valuable. I know we said that, you know, way in the beginning, but thank you for being here, getting your eyes and ears on what's happening here. Not just in QSciences, but in the person who invited you, in their world. I mean, this is an exciting milestone. And I know who's on here. You're literally one of the first to get your eyes on what they have their hands on. So you're definitely someone special. But I do say, get back to the person who invited you on here. We actually care to know what you like. Like we'll actually follow up with you and get your thoughts, get your opinion. But I mean, if your gears are turning around like the business, like let's talk about that. Let's have an open conversation. Let's get your questions answered, because that's exactly where we were. And just like Lauren said, like we just can't get this time back. And I might know a thing or two of what's coming in the next 4 months, because this big launch that just happened was one of 9 waves, according to our owner, Jake Spencer, of what's coming. And so seriously, timing's everything. But at the same time, if business isn't for you, like no sweat off your back, you're probably thinking about a product already. So definitely get back to the person who invited you. We would love to have an open conversation, because if they don't have all the answers, remember that mentorship, like team piece, we get to work together and just be of value to each other, as we just, you know, get your questions answered. And so I do look forward to meeting a lot of you guys offline and getting to have some one-on-one conversations. But enjoy your Thursday night. And we'll get to talk here soon. So thanks, guys. Have a
Thanks
good
so much
one.
for being here. I will follow up with all of my people. So thanks again. I really appreciate it. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.